Hey, I'm Myles Lynch. I was asked by Organ Donation Canada to make a short video explaining why I needed my 3 transplants. My name is, my name's Myles Lynch. I'm an organ recipient because, I have cystic fibrosis and my original lungs deteriorated so much that I needed a double lung transplant by age of 17. And then the second and third were due to chronic rejection. A little bit about history and thoughts. Where do I start? Born with cystic fibrosis, there was a lot I went through with that alone. And I think when people hear that I've had 3 double lung transplants, the cystic fibrosis aspect gets kind of pushed to the wayside. But the 17 years of life with cystic fibrosis lungs before receiving the first double lung transplant were pretty intense, I'd say. Whenever I see a picture of a child on Facebook in the hospital or something, waiting for a treatment or medication or what have you, I think, that used to be me. I used to be the kid in the hospital, receiving medications for different things of MRSA or Pseudomonas aeruginosa or Mycobacterium abscessus. When I was 12 years old, I went down to Cystic Hospital for my first lung transplant assessment. Once more when I was 15 years of age, and again at 16. And then at 16 years old, I was accepted to be a transplant recipient. So I signed the list on June 2nd of 2014, and a few months later, I received my first double lung transplant. And then I had a great year with the first set of lungs, and then afterwards, chronic rejection gave me some implications. So, and then the second kind of similar situation. Now with this third set of transplanted lungs, or fourth set of lungs I've lived on, I'm doing very well, so I'm fortunate for that. About organ donation, I think organ donation is phenomenal. It gives a lot of hope for people who run into organ failure. It's a great extension of life for cystic fibrosis patients who've ran into end stage organ failure with their original lungs and require a transplant to continue on with their life. There's a lot of other health implications people can run into that may require them to have a life-saving organ transplant. And I think it provides a comfortable safety net for people who either themselves or a loved one runs into organ failure. Then knowing there's an organ donation system gives a lot of hope for them. I guess I'll take this time to mention I've also created a petition to have Canada become an opt-out country for organ and tissue donation. There are a few countries that already have this system in place, and they see organ donation rates around 25 to 30% higher than countries with an opt-in system. And I think even if that number is just 1%, then it's worth it. An opt-out program presumes everyone to be a potential donor and allows those who do not wish to be a donor to opt out. So it's not forcing much on anyone. I think it's allowing those who don't want to be an organ donor to opt out. But at the same time, I think a lot of people understand the idea that there are a lot of people on a transplant list, and why should we let these good organs be wasted? That's about all the questions I had, and kind of reached my time limit. So I'd like to thank the 3 donors I've had to get me here today, and I'd like to thank everyone who's signed up to become an organ donor. Yeah, big love for organ donors. Thank you. That was my short video for Organ Donation Canada. Thanks. Bye-bye.